Today I will just explain you how to prevent cavity formation, or how to prevent or reduce cavity formation, or caries you can say. If you see, there is a big cavity here, there is a small cavity here, and no cavities here. So cavity formation, generally teeth have these lines which are known as pits and fissures. Pits and fissures. These are prone to cavities because food gets retained in these. So food gets retained in one of the lines, a small cavity, the food remains for a longer time, a small hole develops, and then this hole spreads in the whole line like this. It is spreading here and it becomes deeper. So it spreads vertically and horizontally. Vertically, downwards, horizontally, sidewards, and then it spreads to next tooth. Then it will spread to next tooth. It keeps on spreading like a termite. So if you want to prevent the cavities, either we seal these lines. So we can seal them by sealants. We put a sealants is like a liquid, and it blocks these lines, so the food particle does not retain for longer time. But sealants are possible in only those where there is no cavity formation. So we can seal these lines by sealants, and the formation of cavity will be less. Or you treat these fillings, holes. So treat them, we have to clean the cavity. Whatever looks small is normally 3 times bigger. So in this case I am just showing how we have sealed these lines and how we have filled these lines. So we have to drill and clean. If you don't want to drill them, then you have to seal them early. Now in this you see these are all sealed. Can you see, these are all sealed. So we have put a sealant without drilling, and this was a very big cavity. We have done a small, very huge temporary filling to avoid root canal. But see the amount of cavity depth. Originally it shows only small line. When we clean it, it is very small, bigger and biggest. Okay, so we had to clean it. In this, see, we have put a sealant here. In this we are cleaning. So the cavity is clean, and in this way you can see how it is, how big it is. Now we have to clean. Unless we clear the whole thing, we cannot stop. We have to clean the whole thing wherever the depth is. So generally what you see, 3 times bigger the cavity will be. But we have to dig and clean. So we don't want people to go into cavity. We can prevent them just by sealing them. As soon as the teeth erupt, by 6 years, permanent teeth erupt, 1 tooth erupt, then slowly by 12-13 years all the teeth erupt. So as soon as the permanent teeth erupt, get the sealants done as early as possible in these lines. We seal them to prevent the cavities, or ultimately you'll have to drill them and fill them. So this is the way you can prevent cavity. I'll show you the upper. Okay. Now in this, if you see, these are the original one. These are lines. Then you can see the deep lines here. You can see so deep lines here. Okay. We have sealed them. This has to be polished, but we have sealed them. So this is deep line. We just clean it with the liquid and put a sealant here in these lines. So very easy, no drilling required, only sealing, and no food will retain. But this is a small one, we have to clean it and then fill it. So we, at a stage where we come, when there are no cavities, visit twice in a year to see the cavity formation, because you will never come to know which tooth has cavity unless we see a 3D scan. A small cavity has to be detected by 3D scan. So these days prevention is better than cure. In this way you can prevent the cavities, or seal the or treat the cavities as early as possible, so that you don't end up with root canals. So this is a prevention system of sealing or filling the pits and fissure sealants.